No, you're not reading that wrong. I am in the process of playing NCIS. I'm turning down my volume on my TV while I'm at it. Now, I don't remember. I think I played a bit of this. Okay, see, I did. So I'm in episode 1. Wow, I did not remember that at all. DVD trailer. What the?
This is an NCIS investigation.
So I guess this is taking place between season 7 and season 8.
Exclusive special features. It's all about chemistry. NCIS season 8 now available.
Now that tells you when this takes place. All right, so I guess we'll go with that. I don't remember where I'm at here. Okay.
What do you got, DeNozo?
Different sets of unidentified footprints, fingerprints on the light switch, and my gut is telling me something interfered with the guard returning fire.
Nice work, DeNozo. I'll go interview the other guard.
Which guard, boss?
The one that didn't get killed.
Right, boss.
All right. If you press it before the blue gauge is empty. Okay, I guess.
Mr. Valesco, Special Agent DeNozo, NCIS. Need to ask you a few questions.
Sure, yeah.
You were on duty this morning when the robbery took place?
I was supposed to be.
That a yes or a no?
Alright, I was late, okay? Schedule said 2 o'clock, but I wasn't here then. The car conked out. It's a piece of crap.
Any idea who would want to rob the Lucky Card Casino?
Well, it's a casino. Anyone who likes money. But the guy who owns Casino Noir, he's got more interest than most.
I'm gonna need a name.
His name is Brian Taska. He's been trying to buy the Lucky Card Casino for years, but the owners wouldn't sell. Word is he was pretty pissed about it.
Okay. So he was late to work. He missed what happened.
You were late to work, so you didn't see what happened.
Not really.
Could you be more specific?
I told you I was late. I didn't see nothing. I don't know how many there were. I don't know how they did it, okay?
Hey, those are pretty sweet boots. I have a pair just like them.
They get the job done. And they don't make my feet sweat.
Let's try this again. You were on duty this morning when the robbery took place?
Alright, I was late, okay? Schedule said 2 o'clock, but I wasn't here then. The car conked out. It's a piece of crap.
Okay.
Any idea who would want to rob the Lucky Card Casino?
His name is Brian Taska. He's been trying to buy the Lucky Card Casino for years, but the owners wouldn't sell. Word is he was pretty pissed about it.
You were late to work, so you didn't see what happened.
I told you I was late. I didn't see nothing. I don't know how many there were.
Hey, those are pretty sweet boots. I have a pair just like them.
They get the job done. And they don't make my feet sweat.
They're trailsman boots, right?
Yep. I wear them every night.
Okay.
Anything else you can tell me about the night of the robbery?
Like I said, man, the robbers were gone when I got here.
Okay. If you think of anything else that might help, give me a call. Hey, boss. I just finished interviewing the casino guard, Jason Valesco.
And?
He says the owner of a rival casino, Brian Taska, had motive to rob the Lucky Card. McGee should look this guy up.
Right.
Now you may be asking yourself, why would I be playing NCIS? I started playing this at the time where I was big into getting achievements. as many people were, right? And I played through certain games. Like, I played through Lost via Domus. Funny thing was, though, I had never seen... Okay. I'd never seen Lost. I had no context for it. But hey, I'm a hacker. But it was a game that had a bunch of achievements in it that were fairly easy to grab, so I was like, hey.
What do you got, McGee?
The owner of Casino Noir, Brian Tasca, is currently under federal investigation for money laundering.
And?
Tasca is in a federal prison, and his assets are frozen, which makes it highly unlikely that he could have planned the heist.
So he's not our guy.
Afraid not, boss.
Okay. Get that victim profile finished.
On it.
Funny thing is, I think, like, Denozo, I think that's his real voice. And I think that's McGee. But I went back years later and watched... Okay. Okay. Click on the symbol in the grid that matches the one shown in the password. Okay, this is... No, but I like looking at it. Okay, so he was an expert marksman but couldn't get a shot off.
Good work, McGee.
Tell Abby I'll tell her myself.
That does not look like McGee or Denozo, though. Oof. You can tell these games are made a little on the cheap.
Zip it, McGee of Little Faith. I've not yet begun to investigate.
Anyways, I see how they did her character a hell of a lot more justice
Tony,
than
what's
everyone
that?
I
else's.
need you to do me a favor.
A favor. All right. What do you need?
Ziva got flowers from somebody. I need you to lift the fingerprints off of it and tell me you sent them.
Tony, are you jealous? It's like you have a little crush on Ziva all of a sudden. That's too cute.
Crush. There's no crush. I don't see any crush. In fact, I'm getting nauseous just thinking about it. You gonna help me, Abs? There's a calf cow in your future if you do.
What are friends for? But it'll cost you 2 calf pows.
Thanks, Abs. I owe you one.
Actually, 2.
Right. 2.
Yeah, her character looks a lot better than the other ones. That's funny. So yeah, basically I was playing a bunch of these games. I had no context for them. So, like, I played a whole lot of, like I said, Lost Via Domos. Never saw the show. Finished that game, got 1,000 achievement points. Went back and watched the show years later, and it's like, oh well, now this makes a little more content.
3, and lift it up. Just what we wanted.
Well, I started playing this as well. I had rented Lost Via Domos from Gamefly at the time.
Slow and steady wins the race. Abby Shudo does it again.
All right. Okay, let's see. Alright, well now I'm having a heck of a time with this. Okay. Yeah, well, I wasn't trying. I want to put it back.
These fingerprints belong to Melvin Farley.
Okay.
Let's match these footprints.
All
with the
right,
soles
let's
of known
see.
shoe prints.
So, got a good shoe.
These footprints match boots commonly found in Army Navy surplus stores. They don't match shoes from anyone we identified at our crime scene, which means they belong to our robbers.
So, I also decided I was going to grant NCIS because I heard yes. As you can see, by the way these things
Let's
popping
match
achievements
these
out,
footprints with the soles of known shoe brands.
it had a fair amount of achievements in it. So I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll play that. I'm down for achievements. Well, it's close.
The footprints that lead one way out of the counting room were made by Trailsman boots. The same boots Jason Valesco wears.
You can tell this was not made with a console in mind. Alright, so we got 3 markers. No. That one was easy.
The fingerprints on the light switch belong to Jason Valesco.
I know it isn't Bayonetta. Sorry about that, I missed your comments in the beginning. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Like I said, I got into some Devil May Cry, but I never got like deep into Devil May Cry. Well, it's like, wasn't that originally Devil May Cry was supposed to be like a Resident Evil game and it got changed or something to that effect? No.
The fingerprints on the light switch belong to Jason Valesco.
Alright, well, we processed 82%. Why don't we have 100%?
What do you make of all this, Abby?
There's a lot here, Gibbs. It's not like I can just wave my hands over the pile and suddenly divine who your criminal is.
All right. Put it on the deduction board.
Ah. Where is the deduction? Is that the deduction board over there? I guess so.
Let's see what we can find.
Which was the weapon used? Well, then who fired?
Time to earn your lab coat.
Why do you think that, Abs?
Okay.
Found what we were looking for.
Well, what does that mean, Abs?
Let's see.
I deserve a cupcake for that.
Okay.
Why don't you explain it to me, Abs?
Well, Gibbs, it works like this. Gibbs, it's the other guard. Jason Valesco is the insider.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? Ooh, he did it again.
Oh, man.
McGee, need an address for Jason Valesco.
Boss, that was the Lucky Card Casino. Valesco didn't show up for work this morning. They called his home and his cell. No answer.
Bolo, now. McGee, trace his cell.
Already on it, boss.
So, as I had rented this game through Gamefly, not too long after I had rented the Los Viadomos. So I get it, and I start playing it, and it stops working. Like, there's a problem with the disc.
We are right on top of you now, and in just a few moments you'll be caught.
This doesn't work well when your phone's got some, or your stick's got some drift to it.
I've never missed before, and I don't plan to start now. I hope you've enjoyed your joyride.
Okay. McGPS.
Boss, we got him.
Where?
Valesco is being transported to NCIS as we speak. He'll be in the interrogation room for you when you're ready.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
No need to shout.
Why were you running?
I was scared, all right?
What happened in the counting room? Need to know what you saw.
There was a hole in the wall. Dust on everything.
That it?
There was a huge frickin' hole in the wall, okay? Dustin and Mel were dead on the floor. It was a mess.
You go inside?
When I saw that, I turned around. I didn't touch nothing, I just split.
Sure about that?
Look, I already told you I left when I saw Dustin and Mel.
Well,
I
you
didn't
touched the
touch
light
nothing,
switch.
I just left, okay?
His fingerprints are all over the place.
Only one problem. You got your fingerprint on the light switch in the counting room, which makes you a liar.
Okay, so I touched the light switch. So what?
What's your relationship to the victims?
We were good friends.
Could you be more specific?
I mean, we used to go and do stuff together, so yeah, we were friends.
How about Melvin Farley?
What about Mel? Mel used to take me to the shooting range.
Gonna need more than that.
He used to go to the shooting range almost every weekend. He let me come sometimes. Mel was a hella good shot.
Then how does he fire
Miss
three
with
rounds
every
and
shot.
miss with every shot?
Bad luck, I guess. How am I supposed to know?
And where were you at the time of the robbery?
I guess I was still on my way to work.
When did you go into the counting room?
I got to work late.
No.
I didn't see the counting room until later.
When was Twitch broken?
Try again.
Oops, I screwed up.
What happened in the counting room? Need to know what you saw.
There was a...
You go and stop. What's your...
I mean,
How about...
bad luck.
And where were you?
I guess I was...
Really?
I had car trouble. I told Agent Tenozo before. You can check with him.
When did you go into the counting room?
I got to work late. I didn't see the counting room until later.
After the crime?
Yeah. I walked in, just a little, you know. Then I saw that stuff and I took off.
You got your footprints all over the
Footprints
place.
say otherwise.
So? I was in the room. So what?
Well, your boot prints lead one way, out of the counting room.
So?
Your footprints were in the dust from the explosion. One way, Velasco. You were inside when they blew the wall. You turned the lights off after the explosion so that Dustin and Melvin wouldn't be able to see, just like your buddies planned. They came prepared. That's why they didn't miss. And Melvin did. And once the guards were dead, you turned the lights on and walked right out the hole in the wall. You were the inside guy. You're going to jail for it, Velasco.
Okay, wait. No, I didn't want to, but they threatened my daughter.
Threaten how?
They had night vision goggles. They just wanted me to turn off the lights. They said if I didn't do what they said, they'd kill her. Kill her, man. I didn't know what else to do.
We could protect her, but only if you tell us who killed Dustin and Melvin. Denozo, get a security team out to Velasco's daughter's school. Now.
No, I don't have names, just phone numbers. They called me from 3 different numbers.
Okay.
Gibbs,
Hello, Jethro. I think you should come and see this.
on my way.
Ow. Itching. Okay.
My, such a waste. A decorated marksman such as yourself gunned down in cold blood.
Got it. Okay, so we have an exit wound.
There is nothing unusual I can find, other than a few extra pounds likely due to an unhealthy attraction to jelly donuts. You, my friend, were in perfect health. Well, until someone put a bullet in your chest. My poor Corporal Johnson. It looks as if someone got the proverbial drop on you.
Okay. Bullet wound to the head. That's probably a good reason why he's dead. Appears that he's relatively close range. Explosion wound. Okay, explosion wound on the hand.
After the explosion, you were shot once in the chest.
Way to go, Ducky.
Looks cut and dry.
It seems like everybody did their own
Both men
voice
were shot and
except
killed by
for
submachine guns.
Thanks, Duck. I'm going to see Abby.
Mark Harmon. Yeah, we haven't seen Ziva yet. So anyways, I rented this game. The disc was busted, or not busted, but it wouldn't play past the point where you saw me at. It would just error out. So move forward, and I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up. They had it on sale for like $2.99 or something ridiculous like that. And I'm like, I want to finish it, number one, because yeah, I want to get that 1,000 points. I hope I get the 1,000 points. Let's put it that way. Because as you can see, it's very judicious in how it gives. That's a good match.
Aha! Definitely 9mm slugs shot from an MP5. Ducky was right. These bullets definitely came from MP5 submachine guns.
McGee, need you to find out who owns MP5s in the Atlantic City area.
On it, boss.
Anyway, so I picked it up, and I'm like, I'm gonna finish it. But the thing is now is I have context for the show. Because at one point I decided to watch all like 13 seasons or whatever it was that was available on Netflix. Yeah, I'm kind of sick like that.
Now I'll cross-reference those locations with the 3 numbers we got from Valesco. Should be easy to figure out where the guns and phones intersect.
$1.25. Really?
Here's a list of all possible locations our thieves could have gotten MP5 submachine guns.
Okay.
Got it. There's only one location. Deep Coast Rifle Range.
Love the
I'm
detail on
downloading
that
the
Dell
address for the
monitor.
Shooting range to your phone now.
That is totally a
Okay.
Dell monitor. I have about 6 of them still at work. You can tell what somebody decided to model this thing off of when they were in their office. It's like, hey, what are these Dell monitors? Well, now.
What do you got here, Dirty Harry?
I just got here a few minutes before you. Looks like we've got ourselves a dispute of some kind.
Yeah, picked up on that.
Go over what, I couldn't yet say.
Find anything else when you arrived?
No one was alive when I got here. I was the first to respond, and I didn't move anything or anyone. I was waiting for backup.
We got reason to believe this shooting range is involved in the robbery of the Lucky Card Casino. So that will be a big thank you, Sergeant Gates, but NCIS is gonna take it from here.
It's
No
all
problem.
yours.
This place is all yours.
You filthy animals. Okay.
Ziva, search the place. Talk to the rest of the team. See if they need help.
Yes, Gibbs. Tony, where did the police sergeant go?
Handed the case over to us and got back on his pony.
There was a pony at the crime scene?
It's an expression, Ziva. It means he... never mind. Round up all the guns from our dead guys over there, then bag and tag the stray brass.
I know the procedure, Tony.
Let's see.
A gun. I should take a photo.
Alright, submachine gun number 2.
Could you be so kind as to help me take photos of these recently departed souls?
Time to take photos. I will start with this victim.
Please don't forget. I need photos of all the victims.
Another gun.
Perfect picture. Alright. Dang it. There we go.
Bullet holes. I should take a photo.
There we go. Got some bullet holes back here.
Other bullet holes.
Okay.
I think these may be the last bullet holes. The cash register is empty.
Empty cash register.
Okay, empty cash register. Not exactly what I was looking for.
I think this may be the last gun.
Okay, we got a 38. Come on, Ziva.
Ziva, how nice of you to come and see me. I was just in the process of measuring the liver temperatures of our deceased friends here. Preliminary estimates indicate all three of them were alive not more than 15 minutes before you arrived on the scene.
Did you search the bodies, Ducky? Was there anything of note on the shooters' bodies that might give us a clue as to what the shooting was about?
The first man I examined was carrying a cell phone. Perhaps the others have them as well.
Okay. Okay, shooting range phones. Trying to find all my cell phones. I love sniper rifles.
Is that blood? No body, though. I should photograph this.
Got some blood stains. Perfect. Okay, so we found all the cell phones.
This looks like blood. Finished taking photos of these. Now on to other
got all the
things.
blood.
What's that? I should take a photo. Clearly, this money came from the cash register.
Yep, that's not a robbery. I don't think it can be a robbery. Kate Ramus. Or Ramus.
There are still victims to photograph.
Man, I was still bummed when they killed off Kate in the second season of this show. Let's get a picture of him.
Three victims, 3 photos. I will move on. A safe. I should see what is inside. Let me see if I can still open one. These look to be related to the casino robbery. I should photograph them. The safe is done. I will move on.
Let's see, what am I missing?
A padlocked locker. I should see what is inside.
Time to crack another padlock.
Night vision goggles and explosives. Gibbs will want photos of these.
That looks dangerous.
Nothing.
I think that's all of them.
Hey, Abby.
Hi, Ziva. You don't happen to have any 9mm bullets lying around, do you?
No. Why?
I already used up all mine testing MP5s.
I am sorry to hear that. I hope you can find some soon. But in the meantime, we will be sending you a new batch of evidence to process, including some night vision goggles.
Score! Night vision goggles. Mine broke last month.
Try not to have too much fun.
Can't tell if that's Ziva doing the voice work for her character, though. So yeah, I got into the the NCIS show. Now it's funny to play this. I have more context for it.
1, 2, 3, and lift it up. I got it. Slow and steady wins the race. Just what we want.
Okay, and one more set of prints.
Press, then lift. Abby Shudo does it again.
Okay, now we have to probably go match our fingerprints. Which we would make the assumption that they're going to match the people they're all next to, but... But that's not necessarily true now, is it? No. No. Okay, got that one matched.
The fingerprints on this MP5 belong to James Finn.
Let's see. No. There we go.
The fingerprints on this MP5 belong to Kate Ramus.
Ugh. Excuse me. Close enough.
The fingerprints on the .38 pistol belong to Luis Silva.
Excuse me. Gosh, sleepy.
Way to go. This gun matches the slugs that killed Dustin Johnson at the Lucky Card Casino.
Alright, well, obviously the guns came from the range. Ain't that the truth?
This gun matches the slugs that killed Mel Farley at the Lucky Card Casino.
Let's see. No. Oh, excuse.
Luis Silva returned fire with his .38 pistol at the shooting range.
Whoops. What time is it? It's almost 4 o'clock.
Let's see who this footprint really belongs to.
There you go.
These footprints belong to James Finn. They match the unknown footprints from the Lucky Card Casino. Wow. There's a lot of stuff to sort through here, Gibbs.
Deduction board. I don't remember the deduction board being a thing, but I could be wrong.
Let's see what we can find.
I don't know. Okay.
Well, what does that mean, Abs?
Yep.
I deserve a cupcake for that.
So we've implicated Luis Silva.
Why do you think that, Abs?
Just what I thought.
Just what I thought.
Well, what does that mean, Abs?
Yeah, same thing, right? Yeah.
Found what we were looking for.
Why don't you explain it to me, Abs?
Whoops.
That's supposed to make
no,
sense, Abs?
No, I meant to do that.
Found what we were looking for. Our casino robbers became victims themselves.
Time to visit Ducky.
Time to finish the duck. Der duck, der duck. .44 meg.
What can you tell me about what happened at the shooting range, my friend? From the autopsies of your companions, I can see you fired your gun. But who fired at you? What do we have here? A broken proximal interphalangeal joint. But the lack of bruising suggests
so
it happened post-mortem,
after he was
which
dead.
means you were moved after you were killed.
Oh, exit wound.
When these smaller bullets entered your lungs, you probably didn't even feel them. This much
So was he looked like he was killed
larger
beforehand,
44
wasn't he?
caliber slug. These men are not telling us the same tale.
Come on, Duck. Deduction board.
When did the deduction board become a thing?
Yes, well, let's get to it.
What does that mean, Duck? What are you thinking, Duck?
Well, Jethro, we put the pieces together, and this is what we find.
don't you explain it to me, Duck?
Well, Jethro, we put the pieces together, and this is what we find.
All right.
The crime scene was tampered with. Someone deliberately tried to arrange it to look like a robbery. But it wasn't.
Thanks, Duck. Now let's see what McGee can get from the cell phones.
Oh, yeah, that's what the hippo is. Because what's her name has a hippo? Abby. God, I'm sitting there like, why am I drawing a blank on the damn hippo? All you do is sit at the same computer, McGee. You never do anything else. Boy, if you were colorblind, this puzzle would suck. Jeez, I'm not colorblind and it sucks.
Now let's track down who that mysterious number belongs to.
Alright, so now we're going to try to track down a mysterious phone number, which somehow NCIS has the ability to do. One, two, three. Sergeant Gates, the guy that showed up early.
The number is from a cell charged up from a prepaid card purchased at a convenience store just off the Atlantic City Strip, using a credit card under the name Trevor Gates.
Deduction board.
Deduction board. It's what we're about now, guys. Deduction boards.
Time to make some magic.
What does that mean, McGee?
Furthermore,
Victims robbed the casino.
What does that mean, McGee?
in addition,
Let's see.
DeNozo, need a bolo on Sergeant Gates. McGee, track his cell phone.
Oh, don't want to do the
On it,
track
boss.
that.
I've never missed before, and I don't plan to start now. I hope you've enjoyed your joyride.
What's the status on backup units? Unit 221 en route. Suspect vehicle is at Satellite Park. We have him. Coming around the corner. Roger. Unit 198, go ahead. 10-4.
We're right on top of you now, and in just a few seconds, game over.
En route. 10-4. 1200 block High Street. We have him. Coming around the corner. Where's he at, Wing 3? We have him. Coming around the corner.
Oh my gosh.
Where'd he go? Dispatch. Need suspect vehicle's location. Unit 221 en route. Roger, dispatch. Unit 221 en route. Unit 198 coming in interstate.
That drift is awful. There goes the money. And he's dead.
Dispatch, this is Unit 36. Send a medical examiner out here. Driver didn't make it.
Well, that was worth it, wasn't it?
Hey, Ziva. Nice flowers. It must be fun having a mysterious admirer send you flowers.
My father. The flowers are from my father?
Yes, Junior, they are.
Dad, what are you doing here? And why are you sending Ziva flowers?
I'm in town for an international conference on investment in next generation.
They even got Robert Wagner, but they couldn't
Today
get
is the
Mark
one-year anniversary
Mark
of
Harmon.
Official U.S. citizenship.
Oh, yeah, that.
Did you forget, son?
I didn't forget. I was just waiting until she thought I forgot. Then I was gonna surprise her.
Right.
I really did get you something.
It does not matter, Tony. I did not expect anything. Tony, you were not kidding.
Nope.
What are these?
Only the best collection of American movies ever made. Yeah, I thought you'd like that one.
Ba-dee-dee. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You know what I can't stop thinking about every time I have to come to an actual bank?
That NCIS doesn't pay us enough?
No, I get to work with Gibbs, and I would do
Then
that
you're
for
dumb.
free. I can't stop thinking that all these cameras and vaults and security precautions are just for show. I mean, any serious bank robber these days is just gonna hack into the bank's central accounts and move a whole ton of money with just a few button clicks. I mean, who needs Bonnie and Clyde anymore?
Don't tell that to Tony. He'll be crushed.
Yes, we are robbing the bank. Nobody move or try anything stupid, and no one gets hurt.
Mickey, I would think that qualifies as something stupid.
I think you should listen to the lady.
I think you should listen to the lady. We didn't see Leon Vance.
Do I even want to know what you were looking at, Tony?
Just some old pictures back when I was working homicide in Baltimore. I was one of their best officers, you know.
I find that hard to believe.
Ziva, please. You know as well as anyone how awesome I am. Actually,
Let's
I
see.
still
Well,
hold
I want
several
to know
records
what's
of
for
my own
dinner,
district.
and I'm
Really?
not sure.
What kind of records?
Ah, I'm glad you asked. I still hold the record for the fastest time on the department agility test. I hold the record for the longest consecutive days on a stakeout, and for the most arrests in a single month. Though stopping the school bus full of deadheads headed to Eugene may have padded my numbers a little on that one.
Any others?
Also, the record for being the most often injured officer, but I really don't want to discuss that one.
Good. Maybe you can actually start working instead. Grab your gear, fast.
What do we got, boss?
Bank around the corner's being robbed.
It's not a Navy bank. Why are we going?
Abby and McGee are inside.
They're on the line, sir.
You want to keep breathing? Put down your weapons, exit one at a time.
I'm on the plane, fueled and waiting for us at Washington Dulles Airport.
Not gonna happen.
Maybe it's him, just very unenthusiastic.
Go!
On your 6, boss.
You okay?
Yes, but I'm gonna take McGee to the hospital to make sure he's not dying, which he's not. But he should probably still see a doctor.
No one else could help McGee? It's like, you go carry McGee. It's cool.